You better watch what you're hearing too.
Well, no, that's why I'm only accumulating evidence. I'm only going to come forward with evidence until when I have it. And this is what I'm saying. Right now, what I've accumulated is already pretty. I don't want to say it's criminal, but it seems to me that it may be criminal, and it's something that is going to be of concern to a lot of folks. And I'm wondering if we need to do this. Do we need to do this? Shouldn't you just resign?
Well, this is a report that I've gotten. If you may want to do a little bit more research on this, because I'm quite offside with the Conservation Authority right now.
Well, so you say publicly.
I have stated publicly. I have brought motions to my council here asking for an OPP criminal investigation into the NPCA. I've asked for information into it. I insist, our council insists that the audit be done by the Auditor General, which I brought forward to the NPCA board.
Then why would you sue Ed Smith?
I'm not suing Ed Smith.
You're one of the names that are suing Ed Smith.
No, the Conservation Authority. So but you got to realize the board members aren't responsible. Not every board member is responsible for every action. That's an in-camera.
I know, but okay.
Discuss, right?
I'm
so
just
you can paint everybody with a one brush.
I'm not.
Well, I'm just saying you have to really know what.
Well, this is why we're meeting. This is why we've been meeting 2-3 times a week, because I want to know the facts. We can talk about parcels of land and dollar figures all we want, and that's what I'm doing. But do we need to get into that? Is it really necessary? Why can't you guys just?
Well, okay, so that's where it sparked.
If you can be found to be complicit, that's going to go down a road you don't want to go down, obviously, right?
Well, absolutely, and that's why I'm fighting against what they're doing.
Well, am I going to get sued too now that I champion this?
No, I wouldn't think so. It depends on, I would imagine, what you say. If it's
I'm going to be saying the exact same thing that Ed's saying.
Yeah. Well, I can't comment on that because I know why he's being sued, but it's an in-camera item. I don't support that. I'm not in favor of that, but that's the road they're going down.
It just seems like we lost our way, though, didn't it?
Well, the Conservation Authority is lost. So here's my issue with the Conservation Authority. And I'll tell you up front and the truth. I would love to get off that board, and I was considering getting off that board about a year ago. However, if I get off the board, am I giving up my opportunity to try to change it? So what I'm realizing now is, despite my best efforts, it's not changing, and it's actually getting worse. So here's the dilemma. Do you get off the board and say, I give up? Or do you stay on the board and continue to fight?
I would.
So, well, I'll tell you.
If I were you.
I'll tell you where I'm coming with this.
Because you got to look at your potential trajectories. One is successful, but one is you imploding. You know what I mean?
I get that. See, that's the dilemma I'm in right now. And it's funny you should bring it up, because I was giving it some serious consideration and discussion about a week and a half ago as to what's the best way to do this. And I can tell you, I did, again, if you go back and look at all the different motions that have come out of my council, the regional council and the NPCA said, well, you have to appoint, the mayor or a councillor. So I made a motion for our staff to research that and find out what the facts are. The facts are that no, that's not the case. That we can actually appoint our own person or go to the public and ask them to apply.
Nothing.
So we just got all that information back now based on the motion I brought forward. So what I've done is I've set the stage for me to be able to say, you know what, I'm not the right person for this job. I'm not getting anywhere. I resigned, and here's the process that we go through to replace myself, if that's the direction. And I'll tell you the other thing I was considering, and I'm telling you too much of my personal information, but I'm considering, I had no idea that this letter was sent through. Absolutely no idea. So I wasn't at the last Conservation Authority meeting, and I'm not sure if that's when it came through or not, but I haven't seen the minutes yet. But I was considering myself making a motion that we resign.
Well,
however, we'll see what happens.
Okay. All right, Mr. Campion. Thank you, sir.